Good morning from Breazeale's Grocery,
Hey,
Bluegrass.
how are ya?
We're located here at 5109 Pendleton, South Carolina. I'm your host today, and my co-host, Mr. Mark Stoudemire, a good friend and great musician. Today is Wednesday, April the 23rd. The weather outside is 65 degrees with cloudy skies. The high today is supposed to reach 77 degrees with a 15% chance of rain in the upstate. A cool day in the upstate. Our shout outs go to Jane, Heather, Josh, Carter, Blaine, Hampton, Hudson, Kenzie, Kim, Josh, Blakely, Grant, Sil, Heidi, Charlie, Harper, and a longtime friend, Mr. David Hall, and of course, always loving Martin. Here at Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass, we have music lessons all week. We teach fiddle, classical fiddle, mandolin, bass guitar, banjo, anything with a string on it, we teach it. We have the best instructors in the upstate by far. For more information, you can call me, Don, 864-376-1482. Be glad to answer any of your questions, or if you need an instrument or take lessons, just call me, 864-376-1482. This is my new buddy up here. His name is Banjo. We're going to talk about banjo. Actually, he's going to be the talk of the show today, huh, Banjo? Yeah. Anyway, if you'd like to sponsor our show, just give me a call. There's no charge, and we'll use you as a sponsor on our Wednesday morning show. Just give me a call, 864-376-1482. You can follow us on social media pages, YouTube, Facebook. If you go to Facebook, it's under Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass, and if you go to Instagram, under BG Bluegrass. Don't forget, click below to subscribe to our channel. It helps us out here in the store. We sell hats, shirts, mugs. We also sell instruments, fiddles, mandolin, guitar, bass, banjos, pretty much anything with a string on it. We sell it, and if we don't have it here at the store, we'll make sure we get you a nice instrument to learn how to play on. Our sponsor today is Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass, and we're located here at 5109 Liberty Highway, and yeah, we're here a lot, so if you need any information on music or anything, call me, 864-376-1482. My name is Don. Today we're going to introduce Banjo. This is Banjo, our new addition to the store. We'll talk about him in a minute. Here at Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass, we teach all the strings instruments, and all are welcome. No matter the level of playing or singing, you are welcome. Good morning, Banjo. We're going to interview a new addition at Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass. His name is Banjo. Hey, welcome to the show, Banjo. What do you say to the folks? He's a 6-month-old African gray, and he's beautiful. Got a beautiful red tail.
Beautiful red tail.
Yeah, he's just a beautiful bird. I got him. I've had him about a week and 2 days. I bought him just south of Atlanta at an unbelievable place, bird store. Went in there, and there's birds everywhere. And the owner and his wife, they have 21 birds at their own home that they feed and take care of every single day. That's their personal birds of all kinds. So they were cool people. I tell you what, they were really cool. And they provided us with all the information on the doctors, and he's been, I guess, vaccinated, and he's been gone through, which these birds that are from other countries, they have to go through a routine to accept them in the U.S. So he's been through it all, huh, Banjo? And Banjo, like I said, he's 6 months old, and we try to talk to him because he's, out of all the bird species, Banjo, this type of bird, the African gray, is the one that will talk the most. They'll say full sentences, and actually they'll sing a whole song. And the first song I'm going to teach Banjo is called Blue Ridge Cabin Home, one of my favorites. So I'm going to teach Banjo how to sing Blue Ridge Cabin Home, huh, Banjo? Yeah, you can talk to the microphone's right there. No, you don't want to think about doing that. He likes my Clemson orange ring. And you know they like to clamp down on you, but if those beaks ever clamped down on me, I'd lose a finger. So you teach them, you gotta yell at them and say no, real loud, or just yell. And then they'll get the picture that they're not supposed to bite because they're gonna get yelled at. He's a beautiful bird. I love this little guy. You know, I've always liked birds, you know.
That's a nice chirp he's making every now and then.
Yeah.
He's not talking yet, but he's chirping.
Yeah. So he likes this neck rub. Actually, I feed him 3 times a day. I give him a formula in the morning, and I give him a variety of stuff in his bowl for afternoon meal, and then another formula at the end of the day. And then I put him to sleep. He's got a beautiful home over here in the corner of the store. I put towels over him to keep the light out so he can sleep pretty decent. But I guess with the highway, you probably can't get much sleep, huh, Banjo? Yeah, you can't get much sleep.
He's a young bird, right? He's like a teenager as they go or something.
Yeah, he's a young bird, 6 months. Well, he's actually a baby still.
Baby still.
Yeah.
Now, how long did you tell me these African grays can live?
Oh, yeah, this is amazing. This bird can live 80 years. Wow. 80 years for African grays is the lifespan of this bird. So when I get done with him, my daughter Sissy's going to have him. And then when she gets done with him, one of the boys are going to have him. One of the little guys that she has is going to have Banjo. So, Banjo, you better treat Sissy nice and the boys nice, huh? Yeah. So, anyway, we've had his feathers clipped back. I don't think you can see, but we had the inside of his feathers. There's 4 feathers that you clip, and they can't fly. They're starting to grow back a little bit. I was looking yesterday because he gets off his perch and he'll fly down to the floor. He's pretty hard hit too. And also I got it's almost time to, well, not yet, but pretty soon I'll have to clip his toenails. I do that with a little Dremel tool. And I take a little Dremel, just take the edge off his fingernails.
They're pretty sharp, aren't they?
Yeah, they'll grab. The other day he went to fall and he grabbed with his feet like that. And there, I said, oh, they're getting pretty sharp. So, Banjo, how do you like being on TV, huh? Tell the folks. He's not talking right now, but he will be pretty soon.
Talks a lot when Don is feeding him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when he's getting ready, when he's hungry, buddy, he'll let you know.
And it is a male.
Yeah.
It's a boy.
Yeah, it's a boy.
It's a young boy.
Yeah. These birds are very rare. They come out of Africa, and they have to go through pretty intense doctoring and shots to get him approved in the United States.
You want a piece of that microphone, it looks like.
Although this one was born, there was a group of them that were hatched here in the U.S., so he wasn't born in Africa, but I guess his parents, maybe your parents, your mom, dad, somebody like that was from Africa, I guess. Anyway, beautiful bird. I love this little guy. I come here a lot now. I feed him in the morning like a mash, mix it up with hot water, 109 degrees, and it cools down by the time he feeds it. I put it in a hypodermic needle, and I feed him through the needle. He eats about 40 to 50 milligrams of protein food, mixture of food, and he just started a few days ago with some solids. So in his bowl, in his cage, I put some fruits, apples, bananas. It's a mixture of food and sweet stuff that they love. And the only thing you can't feed them is avocado and something else, 'cause that'll kill them. And anyway, going back to, I'll tell you a little story about. That's all right.
He doesn't like that.
I'm trying to get your feathers straight.
He's complaining.
Yeah.
You ruffled his feathers.
See how ruffled his feathers. I used to live with a guy named down in Florida, Bob Roman. Roman Romanchek was his name. I'm sorry, it was Robert Romanchek. A little short guy. His parents his parents bought him a little parrot when he was a little baby. Roman had that thing for over 20 years. He taught it to talk. It wasn't one of these. A little bit bigger parrot, about like that. And everywhere Roman would go, grocery store to the beach, driving down the road, Commodore was his name. Commodore would be on his shoulders. Everywhere. He'd come up to the beach. And the sad thing about it is old Bob taught him how to cuss pretty well. So every time the postman would come put mail in the mailbox out front, Commodore was out in the Florida room out front in a big cage. He'd cuss the mailman out. Yeah. I mean, sounds just like a human, you know.
Sounds like Commodore was a pirate's parrot.
Yeah, yeah, a pirate
One that you
parrot.
see on the shoulder, you know.
Yeah. So anyway, one day, you know, we all used to surf, so we had two surfing champions that came to the area for a surf meet. One of them was, I can't remember the other guy's name. They were very good. And this guy's name was Miguelito. When they came over another country to surf in a competition, one of them stayed with a friend, and Miguelito stayed with Bob and I. He'd go surfing, come home, shower. He'd go get his own food. But one day he came home, he was eating a mango. He finished with the mango. He threw the mango seed in the cage for Commodore. He didn't know. Bob came home, and Commodore was on the bottom of the cage like this.
Oh.
Gone.
Oh.
So I came home and I saw the bird. It was dead. So I left. I knew what Bob, I'm afraid he might have thought he'd have shot me. So then I came back home, let him calm down a little bit. He was in the bedroom, loading his gun up, his pistol. I said, what happened to Commodore? Who did that? And I said, I just got here. I said, the only one that's been here is Miguelito. Put his board up. Miguelito. Where is he? I said, one of the beaches, probably somewhere. He took his gun out and he said, well, I'm going to shoot that you-know-what when I find him. Bob Roman went to every beach from Juneau all the way south. Hit every surfing spot looking for Miguelito. And I told Miguelito, I said, you need to get out of town. Otherwise, you're going to be dead, because Bob won't hesitate pulling that trigger. That was his baby. So he took off. I don't know where he went, but he got out of Dodge real quick. So, yeah, Bob Roman never bought another bird. I mean, that devastated old Bob Roman. And right now, Bob lives not far from here. Dahlonega, around Dahlonega, Georgia area, moved up here. I've not seen him in a while, but
He's sitting on one foot now.
that means he's sleeping, going to sleep.
Oh, okay.
He must be bored.
You put the other one back down.
Yeah, he must be bored. So anyway, like I said, I've had him a week and 2 days. He's been mine. I take him out every day, feed him, and then we usually, at lunchtime, we'll go over there. I got a couple pillows, and we'll go over there and take a nap. He'll lay on my chest, and I rub his neck like this. And boy, he just falls asleep real quick. He'll lay there forever. And then when he gets up, he starts grabbing my necklace, takes my glasses off, and he'll hang them like this. You want to show him how you do my glasses? Here. Here. You want to show him? There you go, buddy.
You got him?
There you go.
You doesn't break them.
Yeah, he'll grab my glasses, and I think he thinks he can wear them, but I don't think he can wear them. And he has fun with them. And then, you know, you try to keep him stimulated with stuff like this. And his cage has a bunch of toys in it. You'll see him playing with all those toys once in a while.
Is he going to scratch your lens with his beak?
That's fine. I'll get another pair.
Okay.
That's a cheap pair.
Whoop.
Oh, don't
I'd
fall in
grab
the
it.
poop.
I'd grab it.
All right, that's enough. So anyway, yeah, they're great birds. I haven't had them long, but I love this little guy. I spend a lot of time here, like I said, at the store. We take a nap over there. He sits on my. When he gets up, he's ready to go. So when he gets up, I get up, which I don't really fall asleep, and put him back in his cage, and we'll walk around. And also, I take him out maybe once a day, and I put him on a perch over there on that bench, and I play the banjo for him. So he
You like it?
well, you know, I played.
You
I
get
thought
used
he
to
would
it?
be like this, but he's not. He's just kind of looking around when I'm playing the banjo. But I know you can hear me, banjo. I know you can hear me.
Well, Don,
Yeah.
you and I are both pretty short like he is. Did you get this bicycle for one of us? Is
Oh,
this for us?
yeah. No, my daughter got me that bicycle today. And
Talk
it's,
about it.
and it's a bicycle. You know, he puts his 2 feet here, and I guess he grabs this handlebar with his beak, and he
Actually going to learn to ride a bicycle.
yeah, he'll learn to ride this bicycle.
Isn't that neat?
So that's going to be really cool. This is your bicycle. You got to
Be
learn
your
to ride it.
exercise.
Yeah, this is your bicycle. We'll teach you how to ride it. Unfortunately, they have no hands, so they can't hold on to the handlebar. But he's got a beak, and that beak, pretty stout beak.
And of
For him.
course, when he sits on it.
So, like I said, African gray birds are, it's an extinct bird. You can't just go to any pet store. I tried for, gosh,
Now
almost
wait, it's not extinct. That means there are no more anyway.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. They're what?
Exotic.
They're
It's
exotic.
exotic
Yeah, that's the
bird.
word I
That's
was
right.
looking for. Couldn't find it, so I said extinct. It was close. So anyway,
Started with EX, didn't it?
beautiful, beautiful little guy. Where was I going?
You were talking about you have to go to a bird store or someplace to get exotic birds.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't just find them anyway.
Yeah. I looked for almost 2 years, and I guess I have to tell you this. I got scammed once. I was all excited. Called my son Josh, and I said, okay, we're going to go fly to North Florida and pick up a bird. They said, okay. So I took me a little cage, put it in the airplane, and we flew down to an airport north of Atlanta that was near the place.
North of where? Orlando?
Orlando.
Orlando.
So the story goes, we got out of the plane. I took the cage. We borrowed the courtesy car at the airport. It doesn't cost you anything. And I had the address where the guy was supposed to be. We drove down a gravel road. There was nothing. Every now and then you'd see a house. I said, this just doesn't seem like a place where they would sell birds, but who knows? So we pulled up in a driveway of a house, and I looked. It was just a house in a little subdivision. Pulled up in the driveway. This big old black guy comes out. I rolled down the window, and he said, can I help you boys? I said, yeah, I came to buy a bird. He said, a bird? There ain't no birds around here. So I told him the story. He said, you probably got scammed. He said, because a lot of that goes on, this part. So I called the guy. He answered. I said, I'm here. I went to the address that you told me. And he said, well, it's a different address. I said, what is it? And he said, I'll tell you what, I'll meet you somewhere. So we drove to a Dollar General, and they only take cards. So I went in there, and I was getting ready to get a card for $300. So I went to get the card, and the cashier guy says, "Oh, if you don't mind me asking, what are you getting the card for?" I said, "I'm buying a bird." And he said, "I won't sell you the card." I said, "What?" He said, "Sir, it's a scam." A lot of that goes on around. People come in here all the time wanting to get a card, and they get scammed. He said, "I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to help you out." I got a little upset with the guy. He said, "I'm just trying to help you out." And so he didn't sell me the card. So I didn't have that $300 that I lost. I lost money in fuel for the airplane. You know, that's not cheap. So anyway, we got back, took courtesy car back. We flew back. So I didn't really get scammed by the scammer. I just got scammed by the expenses to get down there and back.
He never showed up at the store?
Never saw the guy.
Never showed up.
No, and I said, I'm at Dollar General, come up here. He never came up there.
That's probably good.
Yeah, that's
You're
probably good.
better off as a
Yeah.
result.
And, my wife, when we went to get this one, she was real leery. She said, you know, you got scammed once. How do you know where we're going? I said, well, I looked it up, and the way I got this bird was my daughter, I think it's her cousin or somebody, relative, came in a few weeks ago. Said, Daddy, look what she got. It was an African gray. I said, where did she get it? She said, Daddy, I'm not going to tell you because Jane will be mad at me if I tell you.
Several of us tried to talk Don out of this before this happened, right?
Yeah, you were one of them.
I'm one of them.
They were just trying to help me, you know. I understand that. So I finally got the information out of my daughter where the birds were. It's a little north of Atlanta. So she gave me the website. I got on the website, and Brenda, who's one of the owners, wonderful woman, and talked to her, and she said, yeah, we have two, male and a female. So I said, I'll take the female, and then she texted me back a few days later. She said, female's gone, but we have the male. I said, I'll take the male. I said, I'll be down there Monday, a week and a half ago. So Jane and I got in the car and we drove, and we were getting close to the place, and it was a big industrial park.
Yawned.
Hey, we'll be done in a little bit, Banjo. So it was a big industrial park, so we're riding around this industrial. I started to think, we got 5 minutes? Oh, wow, we're almost done, but I'll finish up. And so we're riding around this industrial park, and I'm thinking, oh, boy, another scam. So we go to the back end of it, and sure enough, there was a big sign that said something, birds, and blah, blah, blah. I had a relief. I walked into that place. Let me tell you, folks, I was in heaven. I never seen so many birds in one place ever, and they were all exotic birds. It was so cool. They were outside the cage and walking on the floor. They were everywhere. Yeah, everywhere. So the owner and her husband, they run the store. They get there, they open at 11 and close at 7. And the owners have 21 of their own birds at home that they got to take care of. And it's their own birds. So they got to, they don't have children, so they have a bunch of children there. It's a chore to, I know what it is to keep one.
It's a big commitment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big commitment. Yeah, if you get a bird, you better be ready to give them 3 meals a day, a lot of loving, and a lot of talking. Huh, Banjo? Lots of talking. Huh, buddy? Yeah, well, maybe next time he comes on, we'll have a little conversation. Oh, and they can learn a whole song. The lady was telling me, they'll learn a whole song. So his first song is going to be Blue Ridge Cabin Home. You got it? Yep, he's got it. Going to be Blue Ridge Cabin Home. So he sits in the cage on Saturday nights and hears all the bluegrass music. So I try to sing it every time. And then sometimes I'll sit in the banjo and I'll sing it to him. Huh, Banjo? Yeah, it's a good buddy. A good buddy. And they say that, if you work with them every day, they see you every day, they become very attached to the caregiver. Although they're not, what I read was they're not solely attached. I think this little guy likes my daughter because they bonded. The article said they'll bond with other people as well, but not as much as the owner of the bird,
How did you come to the name Banjo? You told me that the other day.
Oh yeah, we had
A little
another
help with that.
Yeah, we had another name. I was going to get a female, And her name was going to be Nina. Nina was my mother's name. They called her Nina. Because they couldn't pronounce her name right, so the kids said Nina. So I said, I'm going to get a girl, Nina. Well, I found it as a boy. I said, well, I'll name him Niño. In Spanish means a boy. So I got down there and I said, she asked me, what do you do? Where's he going to be? And I said, in the Bluegrass venue, we play music and stuff like that. So the lady said, I'd probably name him Banjo or Fiddle or something to do with that. So I said, Banjo. So you got stuck with the name Banjo.
So you're Banjo now.
Banjo.
Was there a name before?
No.
Was there another name? Never named.
This is a baby.
Okay.
So it was never adopted or bought, and it's never given a name. But he's a cool buddy, man. Cool guy.
Well,
and
Don sure is happy now, so I think we're all happy for him, even though
yeah,
some of us might have tried to
my
persuade him
out,
otherwise.
My audience is out here. They just smiling.
They're just smiling.
Yeah, yeah.
I knew he was a male.
How
I
come?
knew he was a male.
How?
How?
I saw his pecker.
We're on the air, man. We're on the air. We're gonna get censored.
That was Gary. He's funny. Yeah, funny guy, Gary. So anyway, I think we got 1 minute.
He was hitting that microphone a while ago. That's a good microphone.
We got 1 minute. Get your banjo, and we're going to close out with a little tune that Mark's going to play for us. A banjo. Now you get to listen to the real deal, banjo.
Better not carry that too far.
Amazing Grace.
Yeah.
You gonna sing for him?
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. Thank you, folks. Come back next week, next Wednesday, 11 a.m., and watch our show. You never know who we're going to have on it. Oh, I've got coming up is Sheriff McBride will be coming here. We're going to schedule that. We just finished a course at the Sheriff's Department. I got my certificate last night, and I think everybody ought to go through that course. It's a free course, and it's about a 10-week course. You go every Tuesday night. They're going to start it up around July or August, the next one. So stay tuned. I'm going to be talking more about that. And as we get closer to that date, I'm going to have Sheriff McBride will come and talk about it. I'm telling you, you got to go. You got to go. No excuses. See how the Sheriff's Department operates this whole county. Amazing, amazing. So, Sissy, we done? Oh, bye.
Bye-bye.